Is it a real possibility that State could play in a New Year's Six bowl game? There are multiple moments, like weeks, maybe a month during the college football season that if you would have told me it was a possibility for NC State to play in the Orange Bowl, I would have gone, okay, mathematically, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, right.
So, oh, yeah, sure. The Panthers can still make the playoffs too, right? like
they still can.
Mathematically,
they still
I would have told you it's impossible. Orange Bowl Senior Director of Communications, Mike Leota. The Orange Bowl, like the one you're thinking of, right? Not like the Orange Aid, Minute Maid Bowl or any of the, like, you know, there's always crazier named
Orange
bowls.
Julius
yeah,
Bowl.
not the Orange Julius Bowl. The Orange Bowl. Senior Director of Communications, Mike Leota, told 247 Sports that they will take the next highest-ranked ACC team in the college football rankings, college football playoff rankings, if the league champ is in the playoff. So, NC State's in the running. Louisville lost to Kentucky this past weekend, knocks them down a little bit. Also, didn't knock them out of the ACC Championship. So they're going to play Florida State. If Louisville gets smacked by Florida State, they have 3 losses. They'd be coming off back-to-back losses, one of which defiantly, one of which to an unranked team. Meanwhile, NC State would also have 3 losses, but no loss as bad as Louisville's 2 worst losses. And they'd be on a 5-game win streak. They'd have momentum. They'd have all this stuff. I'm going to say North Carolina State could end up playing in the Orange Bowl if Florida State gets picked for the college football playoff. There's a lesson in this somewhere. This is like some little engine that could stuff. Only NC State's not a little engine, just engine that could. You always run through the finish line.
I feel like there's a sermon in there.
There really is. Like when you thought hope was lost, you take it one game at a time. You get a bye week. You treat the second half as its own season. You come out firing. You take care of what you can take care of what you can take care of. I don't know why that was hard to say. My voice is making it difficult enough to talk today. I don't need my brain getting in the way. You take care of what you can take care of. And there might be an Orange Bowl at the end for you.
I have a question for you regarding that.
Go ahead.
Louisville beat NC State.
True.
So if the CFP factors in head-to-head, okay, why Louisville has one more win on the season already than NC State, and they beat them head-to-head.
There'd be a few things there. First of all, I do believe the College Football Playoff Committee looks at the timeline of your season.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if Louisville played NC State today, you would expect them to have the same result that they had 2 months ago, right? The other thing is, here's the question. Did anybody win that NC State-Louisville game? I know technically on the scoreboard Louisville won, but that was very much a who's going to lose this one less, right? That was an ugly game.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's one, and this is my real answer to that, and this is my real answer to that question all the time, because I get frustrated by the people that scream head-to-head is end-all, be-all. We played you head-to-head and we won. I'm like, all right, so we're just supposed to ignore that you lost to Pitt? Pitt is not good. NC State lost to you. You're good, right? Like, Louisville, losing to you is not embarrassing. Credit to you. Losing to Pitt, that's embarrassing. You did that, right? So it's not. It's just one piece of the puzzle. That's my point. The head-to-head is a piece, but it's not the entire puzzle. It's just one piece of the puzzle. So if I'm looking at it, I'm saying I got one team on a heater, on a winning streak, building momentum. I have one team leaking oil, right? They were a top 10 team in the country, and they lost their last 2. The big part is eye test, which means Louisville can't lose to Florida State close, right? This has to be – we were trying to do this earlier, and I was asking around the office, what would the number be? Like, how badly does Florida State have to beat Louisville for NC State to jump them? I think it's 17. I think it's 3 scores. If Florida State beats Louisville by 17 points or more, I believe the College Football Playoff Committee would put NC State, I'm not saying put NC State at 7, right?
Yeah.
That they would be 22 and Louisville would be 24. It'd be something like that. And once that happens, NC State goes to the Orange Bowl. So, and I say this often, right? If you're an NC State fan, especially, big Florida State fan this weekend, may make you feel a little icky, may make you feel a little gross, right? May make you feel like, wait, I don't like rooting for them. But if you want to go to the Orange Bowl, which, by the way, would be easily the most impressive results of the Dave Doeren era in Raleigh. If he's able to take this team with everything they've dealt with to a New Year's Six Bowl, I don't care how much context you put on it. Well, it's only because, this team was down or that team didn't live up to expectations and this rule and that rule, and it wouldn't have happened the next year. Listen. If NC State goes to the Orange Bowl, Dave Doeren should he's a cigar guy. He splurge on the expensive ones, right? Go find something top shelf and enjoy it, because that doesn't happen often, and it never happens when you do the quarterback shuffle. When you have quarterbacks going in and out of the lineup, you never end up in an Orange Bowl. I know that for those of you playing the actually game, in 2006, a team did just, never is an exaggeration, but it's a feeling. So here's what needs to happen. Florida State needs to beat Louisville by a bunch. End of story. That's not a long checklist of things that need to happen. Right? Sometimes you 3 weeks left in a season, you start seeing some beat reporter. Well, if Team A beats Team B, and Team B then the next week wins by 17, and this next week this happens, and if there's a big upset over here and this team plays spoiler and that team plays spoiler, then maybe the committee will look at it. This isn't that. This is if Louisville, who by the way just lost to Kentucky, a 7-5 team, so they've shown vulnerability, if they get smacked by the 5th ranked team in the country, so again, not outside the realm of possibility, the Wolfpack could be going to the Orange Bowl. That's alone. Based on where they were 2 months ago, the fact that is even a possibility is a victory. And they actually got more victories earlier today. Casey Concepcion signing, I don't even know how to say this, signs another year.
Yeah.
He's a college freshman signing on for his sophomore year. We'll talk about that later on in the show. But NC State's having a good little run.